Hello everybody, and welcome to tonight's show of FSU Weather. I'm meteorologist Christian Palacio, and right now we're looking at 82 degrees with partly cloudy skies, and we got some winds coming from the southeast at 6 miles per hour. And as we look into the rest of our area, it's quite warm. We got some partly cloudy skies all across the region, and it's going to be 81 degrees in both Thomasville and Quincy. And as we look into the next 24 hours, the showers are going to be kind of dispersed around the area. It's going to not moving very fast, so we can expect to still see some clouds and some thunderstorms within the next 24 hours. And as we look into tonight, it's going to drop down to 70 degrees with some thunderstorms possibly passing by our area. And we have some interesting development going on here that we can expect to be taking a closer look as we get into the next few days. And so now, this weekend, we got steamy and humid weekend. And we are watching the Invest 95L, and there's no cool downs. See what we got for you tonight.
Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist David Stoltz, and welcome to FSU Weather. Christian, did I hear you say there's an Invest 95 out there? Wow. Oh my gosh, I thought hurricane season was about to be over, and now we have an Invest there just west of the Cayman Islands. And I think he said it's going to be a wet and moist weekend also. I guess the shower chances are going to stick around for a while, and those warm temperatures also into next week. We'll have a cool down, which we'll talk about a little later in the show. A cool down next Friday as we have a cold front come through the area. But we're going to also talk about Invest 95L just west of the Cayman Islands in the Caribbean Sea. And we just looked at the models recently. The 18Z model just came out, and it looks like Florida needs to keep an eye on this. Don't know where it's definitely going to go, but the models are showing that it's going to move to the north, and then eventually somewhere make a right-hand turn depending on where that cold front comes in, what time that cold front comes in. So you want to stick around and watch our show this evening as we talk about local weather and also what's going on around the nation. And we'll have a look at the Drought Monitor and look out west and see what's going out there as far as wildfires and stuff. So we hope you enjoy the show tonight. And Christian, what are you going to talk about this evening with an opening wall here?
Well, we are first going to be taking a closer look at our local forecast. It is currently 82 degrees. It's a little warm. We got some partly cloudy skies, and we got some winds coming from the southeast at 6 miles per hour. And like I said before, the showers that's going on in our area is pretty isolated right now. You can see some cloud coverage going on closer to like Apalachicola River, and it's going to still be cloudy within the next 24 hours. As you can see in our whole region area, it's either cloudy or partly cloudy. So we're not really seeing much sun, but it's going to stay warm anywhere from basically the lower 80s. And with our wind speed and direction, we got some southerly to southeasterly winds, especially along the coast. And if you go further up here in southwest Georgia, it's going to be more easterly winds, and they're not too high, 3 miles per hour for Quincy, Thomasville, as well as Sumatra, and 6 miles per hour for us here in Tallahassee. And we will be looking at our dew point temperature. Right here, it's 71 degrees. It is quite muggy. It is also 72 degrees in Quincy and 70 in Bainbridge, as well as 73 degrees all the way down here in Apalachicola. All right, and so as we look into the next 24 hours, you can see that we are not really seeing much of clear weather. It's just constantly going to be covered skies with some thunderstorms that we may be seeing within the overnight hours, as well as maybe even tomorrow into Saturday. You can see up here, we got some stronger rain closer to the Alabama and Georgia state line. And as we look at our moisture forecast, see, it's quite drier up here to the rest of the country, but that dry is actually going to be kind of pushing into our area. And as you can see right here, basically at the tip of South Florida, the moisture is going to be moving along, especially when we get a closer look at the tropics. David will be speaking more about that. And it's tonight's forecast. We got some thunderstorms all around the whole region, or partly, or some pretty cloudy weather. It's going to go down to 67 in Tallahassee, 66 in Monticello, Quincy, and Bainbridge, and even a little bit cooler in Thomasville. which I personally would feel like is pretty nice. To be kind of nice, I wish I could walk, but you know what? I guess it's drastic matters to have to take some cover. And as we look into tomorrow, we got some scattered rain, 78 degrees for noon. It's still going to be scattered throughout the rest of the day. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock is going to be the same thing, and it's still going to be relatively the same temperature, 79 and 78 degrees respectively. As we look into our marine forecast, it is still going to be warm when you're out by the sea, 77 degrees, but at least the seas are quite smooth, so it's not going to be too bad too if you like to go fishing. And tonight's forecast is going to drop down to 70. We still can expect some thunderstorms, so be on the lookout for that. And now we're gonna go talk about Florida, David.
We're going to look at the southeast and see what's going on there. Currently, there's a lot of scattered showers about the southeast here ahead of this cold front that is draped over Arkansas and into Texas. You can see there's some heavy showers and storms actually along this front here ahead of it, and you have some showers and storms down here near the New Orleans area. As for Florida, we have a tropical moisture kind of from this tropical wave that has moved across, but now we have something else to watch down in the Caribbean as we have 95, invest 95L going to try to creep up our way over the next 5 days. And looking at the moisture, water vapor, you can see all this water, all this moisture getting pulled up out of the Gulf of Mexico ahead of the cold front, enabling these storms to be able to fire up. And I don't know if there's anything severe, but there are some heavy showers in amongst these showers and storms ahead of the front, and there's actually some showers and storms here in New Orleans. And water vapor over Florida shows not too bad until it's humid, but out over the Gulf, it seems like that's where most of the shower activity is occurring at the moment. And temperatures around the southeast, anywhere from 80 degrees down here in Miami, 82 in Montgomery. And as you go further north and closer to the front, and it doesn't show behind the front on this map, but 66 in Little Rock, they're currently under showers and storms in Little Rock. And the winds over Florida, you can see Orlando out of the northeast at 16 miles per hour and 15 miles per hour out of the east near Miami. And this is all because of the pressure gradient between the low pressure and high pressure that is currently in place there. And if you look behind the front here, you can see those winds are really strong coming out of the north, 21 miles per hour at Tulsa and 14 miles per hour in Little Rock. And moisture forecast shows us that moisture is going to continue to stick around over Florida. And you actually see some more moisture is coming up due to that invest that will slowly move up to the north and towards Florida. Where it goes, we don't know definitely where it's going to go, but this moisture is a part of that system. And futurecast shows scattered storms and showers about, and that cold front continuing to move in with showers ahead of it, which might not make it to Tallahassee yet, but there'll be another blast of cold air later on next week. Tonight's lows around the southeast, you can see 70, anywhere from 79 degrees down in Key West. And as you move further north up in Atlanta, 64, Little Rock at 47. Tomorrow's highs, you can expect a high of 54 in Little Rock as that front passes through there and brings down their temperature. But ahead of the front, you can see 80 in Tallahassee, and it is still summer in Tampa with a high of 88 degrees. So now I'm going to hand it off to Christian, and he's going to talk about Florida.
Yes, thank you, David. Yes, actually, David was talking more about the broader area of our region, southeast. That is my mistake. But anyways, we are looking at the FSU, the weather stem camera for Panama City Beach, which we have our sister campus over by. It is still partly cloudy, and as we look at the rest of Florida, the majority of the state is pretty cloudy, partly cloudy, at least to a certain extent, and everywhere is pretty much the 80s. Here in Tallahassee, it's 82, but even down in Tampa, it's 84 degrees, or even in Miami, it's 80 degrees. And as we look into the muggy meter, it is quite humid. I mean, we are very humid. It's not even just normal humid. It is just very humid. And the rest of the Florida, man, nobody can just catch a break as Floridians. But anyways, we're going to look to a further south of Florida, and it's a little cloudy going on in this area. There's some scattered showers depending on where you are in the region. And right here is actually some accumulation of rain, as you can see just for a second. But yeah, there's about 6 inches of rain that was just off the coast of Palm Beach, I would say. And they kind of have actually a flood watch from what I understand. I believe it just expired, but hopefully it'll be start drying up in that area. And up here to our neighbors out east, it's still pretty rainy as well. Just kind of like how we are, the rain is just kind of scattered along this whole area. And so when we look at our future cast, a little bit more in the southeast part, you can actually see that the storm that's headed in front of the cold front, but not necessarily going to reach us, but it might collide with that moisture that is going on for us here in Florida. And as we look into tomorrow's forecasts, it's still going to be partly cloudy for much of the state, and we got some thunderstorms in Tallahassee and Pensacola, and it is still going to be, we also got some thunderstorms in West Palm Beach and Miami as well, with some temperatures of anywhere from the mid to upper 80s. And let's look at some of the cities here in Florida. Miami, 84 degrees for both Saturday and Monday, and it's going to be all thunderstorms throughout the weekend into Monday, the work week. And Tampa is very warm, 88 to 89 degrees. It is unbelievable. Maybe some of that shade from the partly cloudy skies may help within the next 3 days. And we got the Bucks versus Raiders going on Sunday at 4 o'clock, and it's going to be partly cloudy skies, so that might help a little bit with stadium conditions as you watch the game, and it's going to be a lot clearer by the time the game is done, so that'll be really nice to come out to. Out in Jacksonville, it's a little bit cooler compared to the rest of South Florida, 82 degrees tomorrow for Saturday, 84 for Sunday, and 83 on Monday, as well as all partly cloudy skies. And as we look into the tropics, actually, we're taking a closer look here at the Invest 95L, and it's actually kind of scattered, as you can see, based on our spaghetti models. There's not exactly a definite location of where this may be heading, but we have to definitely keep a look at within the next 48 to 72 hours, I would say. All right, David, so what are we going to talk about now?
Talk about that 95L there that you just mentioned. Looks like that there's a good chance it could form into a tropical cyclone in the next 48 hours. The National Hurricane Center is giving a 70% chance of development the next 48 hours and for the next 5 days. So something looks like it's going to form from this system that is currently just west of the Grand Cayman Island. And I believe we have a picture of it coming up shortly. But yes, currently I just looked at the 18Z models for the GFS, I believe, and it shows that anybody from New Orleans to the Keys are fair game possibly for this system once it develops. Most of the models do have it coming up into the Panhandle area. These models right here are not the same ones I'm looking at, but as you can see, Florida is being attacked by these spaghetti models. And so we'll have to wait and see once the storm does develop. The models can pick up on where it's going to go much better. Currently, the conditions in the Caribbean are conducive for development, which is why the National Hurricane Center has given it a 70% chance of development. And a lot of this comes into timing. When the cold front does eventually come down into the Gulf of Mexico and draw the system up, it's always timing this time of year with these systems, because we always in order to get rid of these systems and push them back out in the Atlantic, we need a trough to drop down out of the north, and the winds ahead of a trough are always towards the northeast usually, and that draws the storm up into the trough and then off into the Atlantic. So we'll just have to keep an eye on this. Hurricane season goes till November 30th, and so it's just something we need to monitor over the next week, because National Hurricane Center does have this as 70% chance of development. And so anybody in Florida and up into the Gulf Coast should keep an eye on this system. And so now I think, Christian, you're going to talk about what's your next topic?
Well, David, I'm going to take a closer look at what you're just talking about in the tropics. So we can look at the Greek alphabet. We can kiss the regular name storms goodbye. Epsilon is the latest storm that we have, and we're going to take a quick look at that. But we may also have the next named storm, Zeta, which is absolutely the most potential storm that we can see based upon our invest. So this is what's left of, actually I shouldn't say what's left, Epsilon is actually still passing by right now. It is just passing by just a hair of Bermuda, which was the biggest threat for that country. And as you can see, the cone passing by Bermuda. Luckily for Bermuda, it's actually gone a little bit further out. So now it's going to be heading all the way out towards Europe, so it's not looking like it's a threat to anybody at this time. Now we're looking at the Invest 95L. It is 70% development. This is absolutely something, like David said, we have to all be taking a good look at within the next few days. When we look at the spaghetti models, it kind of goes around everywhere. You can notice how Florida is pretty much covered any way you look at it from these spaghetti models. We got the spaghetti model right here that actually hugs up the coast of Florida all the way out east. And we even have this one, the TBCN, that goes, looks like it appears to go through directly Tallahassee. But needless to say, everybody that is along the Gulf Coast, Florida, imagine if this was headed to Louisiana, I would feel absolutely bad. That would be a triple whammy. Now we're going to be looking further out east. We're looking at off the coast of West Africa. Doesn't look like there's too much development going on at this time. Nothing too crazy, but it doesn't mean that we can absolutely keep our eyes closed. We have to keep them peeled. And now we're looking at the water vapor. So you can see the moisture that is coming off from the Invest 95L, which could potentially be Zeta. And it's going to be probably just reaching us into the South Florida region part in a matter of a few days. And all the way up here, it's actually got some dry air moving along the Gulf Coast. So that might play a factor into actually where this will be driven to within the next few days. And so with that being said, I hope everybody will keep an eye on this within the next few days. And please stay safe, because everybody needs to take this seriously just in case. And so David, what will we be discussing next?
Let's take a look at the national picture. All this tropic cloud is neglecting the rest of the country. So let's look at the drought monitor first. You can see there is just some severe and extreme drought out here out west, where these fires just continue to plague the western part of the United States. It looks like California got some rain, though. Some drought has come down to a little less severe there. And as you look over to the southeast and northeast, not really much any drought conditions for the southeast. Northeast a little bit, but nothing like what's going on out west. And we have a cold front that is making its way across the country currently, with showers and storms ahead of it. Low pressure located in the Great Lakes area. And there's lots of winter cold air coming down here. They had snow in Minnesota, the other day 4 to 8 inches, even up to 12 to 14 inches in some places where they had winter storm warnings the past couple of days. And that rain is going to move slowly eastward and provide showers and storms for the eastern part of our country. This cold front's not going to make it the whole way to Tallahassee, but we'll have another cold front come through the end of next week that will make it through and give us cooler temperatures. And satellite radar shows you the line of storms ahead of the cold front. Showers and storms down here associated with a tropical wave that moved through Florida. And out west, you can see that cooler air coming down out of Canada, just bring that wintry weather into the United States. And hopefully there'll be a lot of snow this year for the skiers and snowboarders. We'll have to wait and see. And you see that moisture is outlined right here along the front with these showers and storms and the tropical wave down here in the Gulf of Mexico. In the northwest, we have some showers, probably some cold showers up here in Washington State, and cloud cover up in Montana with lots of snow, especially in the higher elevations. They're getting some really good snowfall. And out ahead of this front, there is a slight chance of severe thunderstorms here in Ohio, and heading in, and then just general thunderstorms as you get into western Pennsylvania. And see in the Midwest here that the cloud covered from the cold air, just you see that cold air coming in behind this front, and showers and storms heading through Indiana and Illinois. And in the southeast, scattered showers about down here near Florida, and as you get closer to the front, you see a line of storms and showers associated with that front. And you can see where that front is. Can you find the front? Yes, you can. You see the contrast in temperatures, 39 degrees here in Kansas City and 71 in Memphis. So that cold front's right about right here, and it's making its way down in the southeast here. We are still toasty warm at 86 degrees, anywhere in the mid-80s. And tonight's forecast lows, winter is here, 14 in Bismarck. And as you get down to the southeast, 71 in New Orleans, 70 in Tallahassee. And over here you see Los Angeles, 62 degrees where the Bucks will play this weekend. And so next 48 hours, you see that cold front making its way into the southeast. You see Epsilon out there spinning its way off towards the north-northeast, out of the picture eventually, and showers and storms here in Florida. And tomorrow's forecast highs, 30 degrees in Minneapolis, where that cold front has brought that cold air in. And as you get further south, summertime is still here in Florida. And so, Christian, what do you think about this contrast in temperatures?
Oh, David, I really think it's truly amazing what a difference it can be depending on where you are in the country. So we're going to be taking a look at our lifestyle forecast, or should I say within this coming weekend. Finally, the weekend's here, and so we got some of our dinner date forecasts. Well, it's not going to be the absolute brightest weather, but I can say at least it's still kind of warm. We do have some thunderclouds possibly at 6 o'clock, and for later this evening, it will cool down a little bit, so 73 up to 72 at 10 o'clock with some partly cloudy skies. So I think it's still possible to go on a nice breezy walk. And so as well as for our dogs in the morning, tomorrow it's going to be 70 degrees, partly cloudy skies. It's a perfect opportunity to take your dog out, especially if you love the cold weather like I do in the morning. It's still going to be relatively the same, 71 degrees. So you got a chance to see the sun. I'd take advantage. It's going to go away really fast. And then at 11, it's going to be 75 degrees with those rain showers just coming back and haunting us. So we got the FSU and Louisville game coming up, and it's going to be very chilly, which is really nice, actually. 52 degrees at noon, and it's going to be 54 degrees during halftime at 1:30, which is really nice. And in 3:30, when the time of the game is done, it's going to be 56 degrees. It's very sunny. Man, that sounds like a wonderful time to be going to a game, in my opinion. So within the next 3 days, more specifically, it's not going to be the absolute best weather, but we need our fair share of the rain. It's going to be 80 degrees, very warm still, with some thunderstorms. It's going to clear up a little bit into Sunday and Monday. Still going to be very warm with 83 degrees as well as 85 degrees for Monday. And if we look at our moisture forecast one more time, so like I said, there's dry air up northwest of us and the rest of the country, and that could be playing like a factor into what's going to happen to what I should say Zeta in the near future. That's going to play an entire role on what's going to happen with that storm if we see it coming. And then in the next 24 hours into Saturday, it's going to be very partly cloudy with some thunderstorms that you can expect throughout the day. It's going to be very spotty. And then for tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be in the upper 70s to mid 70s up in Alabama and Georgia. And you can see the cold front defined right here, 67 degrees in Jackson, 54 degrees in Little Rock. I would personally prefer that weather right about now. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of getting sick of this, warm weather, because if the rest of the country is going to be getting some nice, cool weather, why aren't we? You know what I mean, David?
Absolutely. I agree with you. It's like, why can't we get on some of that? We've had warm air for way too long, and today's high, it wasn't too bad today. It was 78 degrees here in Tallahassee with a low of 54, and this is actually below average. We usually about 85 degrees this time of year, and we usually have a low of 67, and the record's not even close. We didn't get close to 90 degrees that was set in 1998, or not even close to 37 that was set back in 1945. Currently here in Tallahassee, you can see the live doe from Campbell State. Look at that cloud cover. It's currently 82 degrees under partly cloudy skies with a southeast wind at 6 miles per hour. And the satellite shows these little spotty showers all about here just moving along. This will wash out eventually later this evening, and we'll just have partly cloudy skies tonight. There's actually a thunderstorm up here. I see some lightning on the radar up near, looks like just west of Mariana up there. So they're probably getting some thunder and a little lightning show maybe. And the showers here moving across the northern part of Florida near Jacksonville. These are all washing out eventually as the sun goes down, and there'll be no more convective energy for these storms to continue. So you see the water vapor, what we've been talking about the whole show here is this cold front coming down. You see showers and storms ahead of it, and we have lots of moisture over Florida due to that tropical wave that's just slowly making its way into the Gulf of Mexico. There's actually a pocket of dry air right down here in the Gulf. Maybe we'll get in on some of that a little bit. Who knows, we'll have to wait and see. Currently, temperatures around the Big Bend area, anywhere from 78 degrees up here in Bainbridge, Thomasville 81, and here in Tallahassee, it is 82 degrees. And those winds are pretty much they're on the light side. Tallahassee, we have a wind of 6 miles per hour out of the southeast and 3 miles per hour out of the south in St. Mark's. Apalachicola, wind out of the east at 7 miles per hour. So the winds are just light, but the dew points are not light, they're actually heavy. And I see on the muggy meter, they are not happy in Miami. It is very humid and muggy down there. It's pretty much muggy everywhere in Florida. Where's that cold weather at? We need that cold weather. Next 24 hours, see clouds drifting across the Big Bend area. Maybe a few showers and storms along the coast here near Apalachicola tomorrow afternoon. Tonight's forecast lows, I expect a low of 66 in Valdosta, 69 in St. Mark's, and here in Tallahassee, 67 degrees. And for tonight, what's the temperature going to be in Tallahassee? You can expect a low of 70 degrees with winds out of the east at 5 miles per hour. And marine forecast, if you go out on the boat tomorrow, you can expect a high of 77 degrees with east winds at 5 knots and 1 to 2 foot sea. So it'd actually be pretty good weather for going fishing or going out on the boat and just getting out there on the water. Tomorrow, you expect scattered rain around 12 p.m. with 78 degrees. Scattered showers once again at 3 p.m. at 79, and at 6 p.m. scattered showers at 76 degrees. And so for the outlook, you can see Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we have a little bit elevated rain chances at 40%, but then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Thursday we get into 30% chance of rain. That's when a cold front will actually make it into the area. And then Friday, you see those rain chances at 40%, and those temperatures drop down to 78. So I'm going to hand it off to the closing desk with Christian.
Yes, and as David said, we are still going to be expecting some chances of rain showers or thunderstorms into next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. To be honest with you, I kind of feel like it's kind of getting old with these warm temperatures. You can see for Thursday and Friday, it sounds like that cold front's really not making too much of a difference as far as our temperature goes. Thursday is still going to be 83 degrees, and Friday is still going to be 78 degrees. What? Come on. What about dipping down into the 60s? I don't know. But I sure am jealous for some of the southeastern states, northern tips of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Arkansas. And as far as the tropics go, once again, like we said earlier before, you have to make sure that you keep an eye out on that. Anybody along the Gulf Coast, but especially us here in Florida, it could be striking anywhere. And we have to make sure that, we hope it does not get any stronger than even maybe a Category 1. It's possible that it can still look like maybe even a Category 1. Hopefully it would not be any more than that, but everybody needs to stay safe. And so please follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU Weather, and like us on Facebook, FSU Weather. And we also have YouTube, and we always play live here at youtube.com/FSU Weather. And please follow us on Instagram, because we love seeing some weather photos that we often like to make public about. And we absolutely cherish these moments when people show just such beautiful photos, such as sunsets, or even if you make the right picture, take a nice picture of the skies if they are partly cloudy or what have you. Student meteorologist Christian Palacio, have a good night.